Okay, hi everyone. Today is day 14 of my 2-week food experiment. And I wasn't going to record an update until tomorrow because I don't feel like I can really report my actual 2-week results until tomorrow. But I am so excited about the fact that this morning I woke up and I'm finally, I blew past my lowest ever weight in 13 years, so half a pound lower. So I'm really excited about that. The thing that's interesting too for me about the fact that I weigh less this morning is that I actually kind of cheated on my program last night. I have gone 2 weeks now without any nuts at all, and I love nuts, but they're high fat, and I felt like they were stalling my progress, my weight loss progress. I also was feeling, and I didn't mention this earlier, but I also was feeling like I was getting this acidic feeling in my system, and I don't know if you've read or heard anything about acid versus alkaline. Our body is supposed to be slightly alkaline. Supposedly cancer cells and all the negative stuff that can happen in your body only thrives in an acid environment in our system. So I try to kind of pay attention to whatever my body's telling me, and my body had been telling me prior to this 2 weeks that I was feeling kind of acidic. I get that kind of like bitter feeling taste in the back of my throat, and my digestive system just kind of felt acidy on a regular basis. And so I started doing some research into what might be causing that kind of acid feeling as far as food consumption goes, because it would come and go, and it wasn't something that I would experience all the time. So, but more and more I was noticing that I was having that experience, and I didn't like that because I don't want to create that kind of an environment where disease and illness can thrive in my body, or could, take hold and start to grow. So anyway, I decided to cut out nuts because nuts are slightly acidic. They're a great protein source, but they're really high fat and they're slightly acidic as well. So anyhow, I've been going completely without nuts. I've had no high starch, high fat fruits. I'm sorry, not high fat. High starch, high sugar fruits for that time as well. And I hadn't had any other sugars or sweeteners, I should say, besides stevia for 2 weeks. But, a couple of times I did tweak that just a teeny bit and decided to put some raw, I've got some organic evaporated cane juice raw sugar on hand, and so I have used maybe a tablespoon here or a tablespoon there over the last 2 weeks, but really probably only twice or maybe 3 times. Other than that, I've had no sweets at all, aside from stevia or really low sugar, low starch fruits like berries, mostly like blueberries or strawberries, or melons like cantaloupe and honeydew melon. And that's pretty much been it for my fruit consumption. I do allow myself a little cooked food, and one of my favorite things is oatmeal. And I make a really great oatmeal that is like no fat, no sugar. I toss in 3 egg whites, which sounds gross, but it actually turns out kind of like a pudding. And then I put in some French vanilla stevia and some cinnamon, and that's pretty much it, and it's delicious. So I've had that a couple of times over the last 2 weeks. And this morning I had that with, I had two tablespoons of raisins in it, and I did put a tablespoon of that raw sugar on there instead of the stevia this morning. But that was after I weighed myself. So anyway, the reason I'm surprised is because last night I went to Costco and I loaded up on more frozen fruit and juice and stuff for my smoothies because I knew that I was coming to the end of my 2-week experiment, and I fully intend to eat some more fruit and incorporate some nuts back into my diet. So anyhow, last night after dinner, I was 100% raw yesterday. It was so easy, and I had absolutely nothing cooked or processed at all yesterday. But last night I was having a sweet tooth, and I did buy a big package of my favorite Medjool dates, caramely, creamy, delicious dates at Costco, and I have some raw almonds on hand. So I actually ate 2 Medjool dates, and I had a total of about 40 almonds throughout the course of the day yesterday. And I thought I'm really going to blow it for myself. But this morning I am actually down another ½ pound. And like I said, I've totally blown through my lowest recorded weight in the last 13 years. So I'm feeling great. My stomach is thinner, and I'm just feeling really good. So anyhow, I have to watch my time because last time I really had to edit, so I don't want to have to do that again. Okay, so that's that. That's what I really wanted to say today. I did get a question from someone. Who was it that asked me this? Someone on my Facebook page who watched my last couple of videos asked me how I resolved the dilemma that I was having between my eating raw foods and trying to balance for my family's consumption as well, so that they were eating healthy. And basically what I did is I just decided to back off of trying to go 100% raw and start incorporating a little bit more cooked food into my diet again, but still stay high raw, while at the same time really trying to find foods that are primarily raw that my family, or especially my husband, would enjoy. He does not like to eat a lot of the primary foods that you find in raw foods. Like, he doesn't eat avocados, no mushrooms, no seaweed, no squash or sweet potatoes of any kind. Did I say no avocados? Yeah, no avocados. So anyway, it made it really kind of tough to prepare whole meals that he could enjoy. So what I did instead was I started finding foods that he does like that are 100% raw, and just incorporate those into his diet more often. And as a result, he's also lost about, I think he's lost about 35 pounds now over the last year, and he looks fabulous. He's amazing. So anyway, that's worked out really well for us. So basically what I did was I started to eat a little bit more cooked food, but if I did cook food for him, a lot of times I would also make raw food side dishes, and I just wouldn't eat the cooked stuff. So it's kind of a balance. But anyhow, that's how I resolved that, and the biggest key for me was finding raw food dishes that I could prepare that I knew that he did love, and then feed those to him on a regular basis to start building up more of his raw food consumption. So anyhow, that's it for today. If you have any comments, I would love to hear from you. And please go ahead and visit the website, www.80percentraw.com. Thanks a lot. Take care.